I suppose, first of all, I have visited schools throughout the county since I got elected as a TD, and some of the prefabs I did see being used by schools were not really up to standard. And that's why I asked the question. And the reply I got back, as you have said, Sean, is that over 4 million has been spent on prefabs and the rental of land from 2020 to 2025. And when I got that response back, I was very concerned with the amount of funding that's been spent and some facilities not up to the proper standards for children to be taught in. So that's why I have the concern, and hopefully that these prefabs now can be brought up to a proper standard, maybe with no modern modular accommodation. And as we're well aware that some of these schools, the numbers increase, they do need temporary accommodation, and we have to be supportive of that. But again, paying out that type of funds and some of the facilities not up to the proper standard is not good enough.
And it's ironic that we're talking about excess expenditure, too much money being spent on this, because you'd have to wonder, are schools availing of prefabs for a long period of time because they don't have the money, or they can't get the funding for the long-term extension that's required?
Yes, naturally enough, it's hard to get funding. It takes a long time to get this funding. As you know, there's a lot of steps to be taken between the Board of Management and the Department of Education, and between getting land, getting planning, getting design, the whole lot, it takes time. So naturally enough, the prefab or the modular units are a faster and a quicker way of delivering accommodation when there is a need. And you can see the basics in that. But again, naturally enough, an extension of a new school would be required in some places. And we are aware of schools that have a lot of prefabs under developments. And maybe we need to be looking at those to get those brought to a proper standard, which the children and the staff of those schools should be capable of having.
Does it perhaps shine a light on how the government funding streams need to be made a bit more streamlined, a bit more easy to access by the schools, so that if an extension is required in a school where the population is growing, where an additional class has been introduced, that it doesn't take a long time, and that you don't have a situation where a particular class is being taught in a prefab for potentially years?
That is, yes, a concern. As we're well aware, permanent school infrastructure would be the proper way of doing it. But again, as I said, it takes a number of years to get this to fruition, that development can start with the permanent school infrastructure. So, as I said, the modular or the prefab in all the times is a faster way of delivering accommodation. But yes, things should be fast tracked at department level, that it don't take board of managements and school managements the length of time is taken at the moment to get the go ahead to push a new extension or a new school in place, depending on which it may be.
Just to conclude, Joe, you mentioned at the outset that you had been on school sites and that you'd met with the management and you were observing these prefabs, but I assume you've been engaging with schools and with principals as well. And of course, you did mention the effect that this is having on children trying to learn in classrooms. But just really to bottom line this, what is the negative impact of being in a class in a prefab?
Look at some of these developments are up to a middling decent standard, more than not. And I have actually got some of the schools to meet the minister and highlight their concerns. She has met them. She has taken their concerns on board. Some of them are not fit for purpose, and there's no point saying they are in middling decent condition. But the important thing is both the children and the staff need proper facilities, proper accommodation, and that's what I'll be working with those schools. We have a number of them throughout the county, but we have some fantastic facilities and schools in the county as well, and we can't forget that. But there's some of them not up to standard, and I'll be working with both the board of management, the staff, and the minister to see can we improve on the conditions that's there at the moment, Sean.